Hello, and welcome back. Yeah, things aren't working so cleanly today. I apologize. It may be obvious because some of the things have changed, but simply put, I have had a hell of a weekend and this morning sorting this shit out, and I'm really done with it. So if you just kind of bear with me, I'll explain in a moment once I get this next thing sorted. Open with media player. I just want to get the music in the background before I think too much further. There we go. As per usual, we'll just be listening to the Heartbound OST. Oh my god. Okay, so yes, no. Initial warnings. The stream's going to look a little bit different and it's going to be a bit more hodgepodge together than normal. So, I fixed my clear audio problems that I was having over the last week with fiddling around with some programs, and for some unknown magical reason, Streamlabs decided to reset everything. So I have had to build everything again from the ground up, which means that it's extremely unoptimized. So I apologize in advance. It's also why I think the camera is way more zoomed in than it used to be. I did my best, but this is the only quality I could get out of it. My face looks way larger, is the short answer. I'm not sure on that. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, it means that, like, to give an example, this is, so, where do I go for this? Minimize it. So that's why the transition didn't quite work. The transitions are in, they're just laggy at the moment because I haven't optimized them. So now my thing looks like this. It's literally just me throwing together everything very quickly to get it to work. So I do apologize if there is any issues with audio, with the visual side of things. I have done my damnedest to try and get it working this morning, and I will continue to put an effort in to improving it and fixing it as we go forward. And it will be you guys that have to communicate to me when something's clearly not right, because I can't always see or hear specifically is the big one. Yeah, that's kind of the main stuff. Again, hugely apologize for that. I have no good excuses, just pure and simply shit broke, and I have been trying to fix it, and it is not fixed. And this morning has been like over an hour of troubleshooting, to try and fix what I could, because it's very clearly things are not right. I've had to do a lot of things. To be fair, it has given me an opportunity to do things better. Now all of the core assets of the stream are mine or referenced. Because I believe the Wisteria background that I use for the intro and outro stuff is referenced in the description. I can't remember if the transition is. I think the transition's from the same person. I might be wrong on that. I'd have to double check. But yeah, should be better overall. But yeah. please let me know if I've mucked something up, because I have mucked with the audio a fair bit now. Properties, I put you at 85, right? Yeah. So, short answer is today is going to be a nightmare, but it's kind of good to get it done as the programming stream. Oh, so I have time to fix it today. I'm going to probably look over today's stream as well to see like where it was at and where we were sitting with a lot of things, to try and make things better. But overall, the audio should be significantly better from me. Or, well, back to what it was like a week or two, a bit over a week ago. Do not know why my software broke. It just straight up looks like it uninstalled itself. So I'm questioning that. But it does mean that, yeah, no, we've got the mic working back to what it was. I've managed to recover my profiles for that, which is the big thing. I'm happy about that. And yeah. So, didn't even say, but I hope everyone's had a good day so far. Hope you're having a good one. So let's kind of get going with some stuff. So, first thing I want to showcase is I have finally implemented the first of the reworks for the character visual designs. Now, you might consider it pretty negligible. In fact, without a comparison, you're probably not going to be able to notice it at all. And I openly understand that. However, I have spent quite a lot of hours on this, and I would just kind of like to showcase it to everyone and make myself feel better. So let's go over to Aura. Now, you're immediately going to see that it's thing. I think we put in like the default model for her last time. But now we actually have her new run as well, which has a little bit more movement going on. Her standing still has a lot more movement. It's probably not too easy to see on the screen just because it is very small. But it does mean that overall her model and movement looks way nicer in my opinion. Just because there's a lot more going on, which gives a better feel. So it means that during your run, you're going to probably feel a little bit better about it. Though, again, I'm still leaning on the side that they may be a little too small in the run. As well as I still need to fix the slash, because I think we talked about this last time, is that there is a pretty clear issue with the slash. Damn. Oh, I kind of want the ram snacks. But yeah, like this is once we increase the size of the model, which I think I actually have a god damn it. The wide thing just caught me off guard. I think there's a thing where I actually augment the player size leading into the leading into the game room. So if I remove that, because I think it's reduced. Not there. Not there. It wouldn't be in here. It'd be in the portal? Tile set, hub room, controller portal. Yes, here. So let's try removing this and see how the player looks. I would say that... do we think that's too big? I think that's too big, is the thing. So, I can see why I have this. I just now need to muck with this. So, reduce it to just this. See what it looks like. This is one of those magic number moments where you kind of have to pop in and out of the game to see how it looks. I would like an easier way of doing this. I need to set up a better debug environment. That's one of the biggest things that I think I need to work on. That doesn't look too bad. Again, I want to stress, sure, this looks very empty, but realize there is more UI space that's going to be taken up. Like here, and I think this is going to get increased and some more stuff here. And then, like, it looks empty specifically because there's nothing else on the map. As you're starting to get these slimes, it's looking a little bit better, but it's still quite empty. That's just because it's grass plane. We need to add a tile set thing that I can work with and make a map with, which I am working on loosely in the background. And when I say loosely, I mean, like, I haven't actually started any of the art of it. I've just started with, like, the theory and design of how it should probably go. So, but there we go. Aside from that, is there anything I can think of to really talk about? Oh, not really. I actually was hoping to have a lot more art done this weekend, but again, stream software breaking was a big contributor to a lot of lost time. I'm actually really upset by that. Like, genuinely, it took a long time to sort that stuff out. There's a lot of settings that I needed to fix across the board on certain things. I also spent a lot of time working on a couple of other little things off to the side. Can I just... So I can actually bring up my design list. Because I have pre-done a bunch more characters in terms of design, so I know what I want from them. And I've played around with them. We have 3 more characters that are loosely designed. One of which will be relatively fast to implement because their weapon and item is already in the game. But at the moment, I'm still focusing on the prior 4 that we had, and the primary of those will be Monarch to work on, because again, she's going to be the next one we put in. Then probably Shy Lily or Matara, and then that will be this update. And then the next update will have Rin and which of the other 2 I didn't do, of Shy Lily and Matara. And it will have the shop in, it'll have everything else in. So it will be a big thing. I'm hesitant to show this, but I will nonetheless. So these are the 3 characters that I've sketched up in the loosest sense. So we've got Melody, we've got Mume, and we've got Fuwawa and Mokoko that I've tossed together as well, in terms of design. And you can kind of see, like, Fuwawa Mokoko is the one that, like, is going to probably take me the longest, because it is, in a sense, trying to implement 2 characters into one. Making them synergistic, but also interesting enough that you could play through it all. I think there's one character in holocure that's probably the best example of this, which is the Jima one, I believe, where it's like the alt swaps them. I've kind of taken that inspiration here, where you swap between the two and they have differing effects and their weapon will reflect this. There's an immediate question on, okay, but if their weapon reflects this, what does that mean for anyone else that equips it? And I don't know. That's why I haven't designed the weapon yet. Because I don't have a confident answer on what I want from that. Also, I know that this is not spelled correctly. It's because I think that's K that she uses for her one, right? Yeah, it's K. That's why I have the blaster named that. Just fix that now. Honestly, Melodies is going to probably be actually a really simple one to design and implement overall, because I didn't go hugely complex with her system because we already have like a joke about something in the game with her already, so I kind of could use that as an inspiration point. That's where her item comes involved, because I think there's I don't know if it's implemented yet, but there is a modifier that's called Mel Yoga that's like minus base speed but gain area and pickup range. So I kind of sat there and I'm like, okay, well, what works with that and what makes sense with that? So I decided to give her yoga pants, and it's just reduced speed but gain damage and pickup range. Because then that way, with these bullets, they're going to be small bullets, but obviously small bullets that bounce with slightly big area is actually pretty good. And it means that she can get more weapons that synergize with area and stuff. And it's basically, it's overall, it covers a wide range if you happen to hit those at the same time. Just means that you're going to move like a snail's pace. Well, that's why I gave her dodge as well, and her ult is a basically 100% dodge. I do think that it will need some work though. Again, very early design concepts for all of them. At a point where I've not like balanced them very clearly. In fact, it's the fact that most of the numbers of the error are just to give me ideas of kind of what I would like from them, but not guarantees. Whereas like with the other ones, like there's a lot more like very specific things going on. Alright, so what should we actually work on? This is a good question. I mean, my immediate thing is that I technically should just be working on art. That's the big thing I should be working on. But I know that that's not quite what I want to work on today, because it's difficult, right? Because so the next character I'm going to design, do the visual changes to, is one that's technically not in, which is Monarch. Because I want to have her in so I can actually work on her character, so we can have a new character go in. At the moment, we don't have it. So we should probably just go with doing some further reworking of these. Oh god, this is going to take a while though, admittedly. But nonetheless, gotta do it. So... yeah. Sorry, I feel like I'm completely all over the place this morning, and that is just how my, like, weekend has been. Is, like, I caught up with some friends, played some games, and I've just been, like, watching stuff as well, and fixing all my settings. Did watch, Fall Guy The Fall Guy last night. That was a fucking really cool movie. That was the one with Ryan Gosling and I'm blanking on her name. Very, very funny lady though. Very funny woman. Anyway, that movie was really, really good. There was a beautiful love letter to stuntman out there, a comedy love letter, very reminiscent of Hot Fuzz, and the fact that it's like it's satiring movies. It's a satire movie that's very clearly comedy-esque, but it's also like, I feel a movie that people in that industry will appreciate a lot because of how many things that they got right, like how many boxes they ticked. Because that was the thing with Hot Fuzz, is they actually did a huge amount of research going into that about like police and stuff, which I find really, really fascinating. Okay. Before I get too distracted. Oh. Let us yoink you as a foundation point. Okay, and then we get rid of all of this. Now, there's one concern I have with this. Should be fine, though. Yeah, no, it should be fine, because I just don't spawn it. It's just a wasted space. Yeah, that's okay. It's fine having a little bit of wasted. It's like it's very minor what I'm just talking to myself about. To explain what I'm kind of thinking on. So we've designed it so I don't have to write in an object anymore to have an object given to them. Yet there's going to be some of these items, like this one particularly, that just doesn't have an object. This is just a constant effect that's applied to the player in the category of on-deal effects. So it just, when your things deal damage, it will trigger these things. Yeah, when you would deal damage, you trigger on-deal. Oh, I apologize again. I'm very tired as well, it seems. I actually had a good bit of sleep last night. The fuck? I guess I've been like kind of running around like a lunatic this morning. That's object array. This is trigger. Trigger is what we need to change, because again, we've not had to change it before because weapons don't technically have a trigger point. They just trigger themselves. We are now moving away from that being the constant. This will have just the icon. I want to double check quickly before I go further with this that skill constructor 1, that's character constructor 1, skill constructor 1 has a safety net for if, yeah, so it checks if the sprite array is long enough to get that. Cool. What I was just thinking about there is just, so how we've got this is the first one in the sprite array is the icon, and then the second one is actually the first sprite. I was just wanting to double check if it checked for that. We actually have it checking even better than that. That's kind of cool, which is just straight up like it checks even if there is a fucking first one. So that's good. That's very good. Yeah. Oh. So this is where this is going to start looking really shitty. Technically speaking, most of these are going to just be like this for a good chunk of them. This is to do with why we're doing this rework so urgently. Well, urgently, quotation marks of that. So the heal can be 2 and the chance can be 5. I am rebalancing this, yes. Now, I'm also only going to need 2, 3, 4, 5. We need less levels. So we need 5 zeros before we even hit the numbers we're working with. So according to this, I increased the heal. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I should increase that heal. I barely think I should be increasing the chance, but you know, I kinda gotta. Something needs to increase with levels. So I think I'm just gonna do this for now. Okay, stagnant can just be empty. Remove type. There shouldn't be one. How many of these are automated to being handled? I'm gonna have that as default none. So yeah, I'm just gonna have those empty in this case. Because there's just nothing to gain from having them. And then we go down and get the function, which is really, really simple. Okay, so item underscore value. So this is the chance. So that's 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was right. Haha. Value 5. Don't I also have an RNG roll thing? I'm pretty sure I have a script for this now. Get chance, yeah. I believe I can just do this, can I not? Because I believe get chance. We're looking for function get chance. Yeah, it's literally just exactly what that was. So we've just got the script there instead, which is much more. This is possibly one of the arguably worst parts of this, because there's a good and bad part about doing this. I probably shouldn't need to run that, but I will see if it ends up being a problem. Okay, to explain what randomize there means, so typically speaking, RNG in video games has what's called like a seed to it. Now, this has become a big, funny, haha joke in TFT recently, and it's really irritating what the discussion is there. So, again, to re-explain this maybe from the beginning. In terms of computing, true RNG doesn't really exist. What is done, typically, is there is a time. So there was a specific point in time that all time is referenced from for doing programming. And what is done is it finds the difference between that time and the current time, and creates that as its the seed in a sense by when the seed is initially constructed. If you do not construct this, then the RNG is set. I can run a program 100 times without reconstructing its seed, and it will always outcome with the exact same values over time. Like, it will always be the same. So what this does is it means that what randomize does is it changes the current seed every time it is called, which means that all random is as close to true random as I can get it. Now, with TFT is that joke thing I was talking about earlier, a lot of people are complaining that, like, oh, your account is seeded. So, like, certain games you start with a seed and then it, like, continues. I'm going to be honest, if a company like that handled the game like that, the game would not have been as popular as it is. There's no way in hell that's how that works. No, what's likely being done is exactly what I've kind of done here, which is that they make a seed every time and then base it off that pool. And then because the pool is ever changing and ever irregular, there's no actual way to really can guarantee shit out of it. Outside of the weighting system, which they have alluded is a thing that exists. They've alluded that there is a system, kind of like a pity system in TFT. That was why there was a bug at one point, like 2 or 3 sets ago, with Rise, because they had it was the Rise that had, like, based on the region you were playing was what Rise was. But technically speaking, in accordance with the code, there was a unique rise for each one. But you would never see them. But the pity system was considering that it existed, which meant that it considered that there was all of these characters, and then the pity thing would trigger, and it means that you would get, like, a full shop of only Rise. And to kind of stress, that is a 5 cost, which is really, really potent. And it meant 3-starring him was really, really easy. And it was really funny. I remember that patch. I didn't play much during that patch, because I was kind of getting bored at the time. But that's the kind of point we're making with this, right? Is that, like, that wouldn't happen if the seed system that people think is true was actually true. And it's just people that don't understand what the hell they're talking about spreading false information, as per usual. Okay, so that should be the Vox item redone, and I don't see a reason why it'd have issues. Dun, 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 dun. All right. But yeah, okay. All right. God, I just looked at the stream very up close, and I don't like how much you can actually probably if you look very carefully, you can see the backs under my eyes. I swear it's not that bad. I swear. I'm not exhausted as fuck. Dude, permanent exhaustion is like how I live nowadays. Permanently in a state of tired. Ugh. Oh, going back to stuff from Riot Games though, fucking, I am very excited for the new game mode that's coming out later this week. Or should be. Like really, really excited. You're telling me that they're going to make a survivors-like game? Sign me the fuck up. So yeah, I'll be, I think it's on the schedule, but I'll be streaming that on Friday. Because I want to play it as much as I can, and the fact that I'm delaying it to that extent is my attempt at ensuring that it's out and it's like any immediate patches are done. If there's something wrong, stuff like that. And it also gives me a little bit of time to play it in my own time with some friends, potentially. Unlikely, though, because I'm going to be so busy with streams and other stuff this week. Finally got back from, news from my doctor after harassing them for it, which is great. I'm so glad I had to actually call them up to get the answer of if they sent something off or not. It was really fun. Super, super excited about that. I think that should be definitely how it always works, right? Just gonna grab this. Right. I love how in the code this is still called Iron Will. Well, no longer, because there's nowhere it will need that name anymore. That's kind of sad. Actually, that's really sad. Huh. Okay, this is a nun. So, I could change this, by the way. There is a very interesting change I could make to this. Do we want to make that change? Let's make that change. Because we've changed a lot about this game now. So we can change certain things. You see, before this, Iron Will would do the healing. But we have something in place now, so it doesn't have to. We'll fix this in a moment. What is the term for it? Thank you. Okay, starts with, I think it's 0.5. God damn it. I can't see over my fucking bike sometimes and see what I'm pressing. Okay, so... we're looking for player stats dot HP region plus equal that's the best part actually now that I think about it. Plus equal item dot value 5. Would you look at that? It has changed dramatically. So what this means now is that we're just using our base region system. So it will actually be easier to track this. You'll be able to see much more clearly how much region you have overall instead of having to do maths for it. I think this is better. I think that's agreeable. Alright. That should be all of our Satanic Resilience done now. Isn't that just so nice? Man, I'm gonna just keep tooting my own horn because I fucking need to. And we need to remove the name here. There we go. No longer called Iron Will in the code. It's actually kind of funny that I think on... So there's one thing I want to think on for a moment. Which is, do you know how much error prevention I have put into this code for my own sake, so I can be lazier? And it's like, it's code that arguably doesn't really matter. So one that I can think of off the top of my head is I don't even think I need to have zeros in these. I just need the length of this many array, this many empty arrays going through to guarantee the level. And that's because I think I have a system that actually checks like how many things get augmented. If there's none, fucking leave it. Which means that like these level up ones like this can work nice and cleanly. Because that's the point, right, of these level up ones. Is they're supposed to be, this is just the stat I'm giving you, and I'm just going to give it to you as many times as it levels up, so it's nice and linear on its improvements. I think that's kind of cool that I've managed to error prevent so much stuff like that and have it fairly low impact. Alright, okay, there we go. You know what's also like mildly annoying about having to like redo up my stuff for stream, like with the positioning of the webcam and all that, means that when I do my editing, I'm gonna have to redo my presets. Because I have presets to like find exactly where spots are. Last time I had to do it took fucking ages. It's a nightmare of a task. It's the reason why, like, for the most part, most of them look very standard. Because I just use the same format constantly. It makes it so much faster and easier. Speaking of, I do actually have like 5, 6 shorts in stock now. I'm gonna keep editing this week, and I don't know. I kind of leave this as up in the air. Do I release any this month until the end of the month, or do I just keep editing them up so I have enough of a buffer so I don't feel so crushed with them? Because like if I start releasing them as of today, which was a consideration, that means I am not even a full week ahead, which is not a good position to be in, because if something happens, which something's bound to fucking happen at this rate, I'm in a situation where I can't sort it. So I would like to probably just edit. I kind of want to be like 2 weeks in advance with my highlights, because on top of that, and I say this in the nicest way, I don't actually have that many that I'm making per week anymore in terms of like highlights. Like I've had some weeks where I've genuinely, let's see, I had 3 on one week, 4 on another, 2 on one, 3 on that week. Last week was 5 total. So like I don't make as many as the moment, and that's partly just because I'm just very tired. And also I've been doing a lot more programming, and programming doesn't lead to very exciting shorts normally, which is what I'm kind of looking at. I don't know. I'll play around with it some more in the future. But yeah, like these dummy values, I don't need these anymore, which is so fucking nice. So I think something I learned with this is I probably need to reduce how much this increases the pickup range by. Because the pickup range just seems to get really, really big very, very quickly. But I don't want to lose too much, so I'm probably just going to like pull it down by a little bit. Right. Okay. But yeah, so this is, for example, what I was saying earlier, this is Mume's item. So that's why I say, like, she's got the anonymous feathers and she's got forgotten poem in the game. So she's already actually got like a decent amount of her stuff in the game. And her kit, I'm probably gonna make her kit quite simple because I feel like I'm trending towards overly complex kits. So I want to pull back. That's again why I kind of like Mel, Mume, or specifically those two are like, I feel much more simpler kits because I don't want every kit to be like overloaded and insane and like very hard and unique to handle. And that's why Iron Mouse was the first design. Iron Mouse is the perfect example of, well, what do you build? I kind of build tanky and healing and I deal damage. And then that means I don't die easily and I can play the game. It's like, yes, good. That's good. It means you have a choice. And it's a really interesting playstyle. Because I kind of like it. I stressed, she was the origin of this game. Was that concept. I really liked holocure's idea on that, and I was always sad by Vampire Survivors and how it didn't have like a really cool, interesting healing synergy for a long time. Like it didn't feel like it had a cool healing synergy build, and it still kind of doesn't. There's a lot more out there though now, especially with the winds one. I can't remember what it's called. The one that came with the mountain expansion. Oh. Oh. Yeah, fucking. Alright. Okay, so area we use, and I'm gonna change this to like 0.3. And XP boost. Wow, I had a moment of not remembering how to spell boost. Go me. I'm incredibly smart. Right? Thanks guys for being there for me and agreeing with it. Goddamn. Alright. And for the most part, this should just be a yoink in place. Pretty straightforward. You know what kind of game I've been itching for a lot recently? I've been itching to play like a factory automation game again. Like super itching for it. But the problem is, which one do I play? Because, like, I was thinking maybe Factorio or maybe... But, like, I'm not gonna lie, I booted it up and I'm like, this is gonna take so long and this is just not as engaging to me. For some reason. There's, like, RimWorld, I guess, as well, that kind of comes into that category, but I've never really played RimWorld outside of, like, 2-hour sessions. Honestly, the one that comes to mind the most is Dyson Sphere, but I know there's some more updates on the horizon for that game that I kind of want to wait for, but I'm really getting the itch for it, but I also don't want to just keep playing the save that I had before, but I also feel hesitant to make a new one because it is a long trek to get. It's a long way to Ba Sing Se, as they say. Dude, deciding on what game to play is really fucking hard sometimes. Do I play this one or that one? Never easy. Never easy. But yeah, that's where I like stand by with really wanting to play one of those. That's why I kind of want to play. I keep wanting to play Minecraft because like most of the modded stuff I do gets to that point, but I haven't found a good mod pack that scratches that itch correctly. Because I don't want to just go full back on like really old ones, because there's a charm to the newer core stuff of Minecraft that's been added. I mean, I was playing one thing the other day which has like shaders in it and stuff, and that was cool. I'd love to play more of that sort of Minecraft. But the moment I say shaders means there's no fucking chance of me playing that on stream. There's just, I do not see this computer handling Minecraft with shaders in any capacity while streaming. Still need to try and find like a cheap second PC. But like, the problem is every time I'm looking, I'm like, yeah, that's cheap, but it's still just completely out of my price range. It's like, oh yeah, nice. That's like fucking $600 for what I'd want. That would probably cost me like $2,000. Cool. Still don't have it. And I hate being in this situation. I really do need to do something about it. Oh. Apologies. Didn't mean to yawn so aggressively. That was... Oof. I don't know why I'm so tired today. Like the last 2 nights I actually had decent sleep. Or at least tried. Guess maybe not. No, I was going to stream yesterday, but I had a bunch of phone calls that I wanted to make, and I've been putting them off because when I stream, I think about them and they put me off wanting to stream. Which sounds really annoying, but yeah, it's like that. But then I finish the stream and then I'm like, I need to kind of cool down, have my like relax moment, read some stuff, all that. And then I get on to other tasks and I just kind of get too busy and forget. So I was like, no. I am not streaming on Monday, just so I can like make sure I get these phone calls done. And holy shit, it took so long for that. Okay, I'm not gonna say where my doctors are and all that sort of stuff, but like, so the doctors I have at the moment that I've been like starting up with are very clearly like a very small clinic, and there's some very glaring issues that they have sometimes. One of them was what we had yesterday, which was I called in and no one responded, which is pretty much typical at this point. I don't think I've ever called in and actually got an immediate response. I go to voicemail. You just give your whole like, hey, leave your name and number and we'll get back to you. And they double check your stuff. And then they'll call you back. So I did that at like 10 a.m. yesterday. So at about fucking 2, 3 in the afternoon, I finally get a fucking phone call back going like, hey, so you called us? And I'm like, yeah, I kind of wanted this information earlier so I could make more phone calls. But hey, no, it was fucking 4 o'clock. My bad. It was 4 o'clock they called me because I looked at the time when I was playing with a mate and I'm like, yeah, I'm probably not going to be able to call the other place I needed to call after I got the information from these people. So I've got to make another phone call today. Or possibly just go into town, but I don't think I've got the money to go into town. I can double check that later. But like, it was really, really annoying. And it's worse because like the information was like, okay, have you sent this form in for me? Because I had asked you to send this form in and you guys said you'll get it done last week, but I got no further information. She's like, yeah. No, we sent it in like 2 days ago. Oh, thanks for notifying me. It's totally not like I'm actually waiting on the information that you've sent that in so I can actually work on the thing. It's really like, come on people, come on. I get that you're busy and I get you've got all this stuff going on, but like a simple email or a call going, hey, by the way, I seen your form in, thanks. It's like, cool, awesome, bye. Like, come on. I feel like I'm complaining like a goddamn Karen right now. Oops. Hey, shut up. I'm sorry, I just kind of needed to vent that. At least I'm not talking about some other fucking up-to-date events. I'm sure anyone that kind of caught that just realized exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Holy shit, the world's in an interesting state at the moment, isn't it? But yeah. We might actually do some art in a bit, just because I'm genuinely getting really bored with doing this programming. Because, again, cannot stress enough, the biggest problem with this reworking code is just how, like, disconnected it is. Okay. This is going to be an annoying one because there's going to be like fucking 3 values I need here. So, not EXP boost. This is the increase. And then this is the damage value. And this is the, so that's 0. And this is the armor value. Okay, and then this increases by 0.1, 0.1. 0.1, yep. Except it's not 0.1, it's 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Gotta love it. You do not have a condition. And now we go get the function. So did I not rip this away? So this should pretty much be just tweak it with the relevant new value points, and there shouldn't be much more changing because this was done up fairly recently again. So instead of this needs to be value 6, this needs to be value 7. And then this needs to be value 5. And there we go. Been having a weird morning today, Doctor. I've been very, very ultra under my legs while I was getting breakfast sorted. Love you dearly, dude, but like, holy shit. Gonna try and kill me at this rate. But yes, this should be all the same that I want it to be. So again, as a reminder, what this does is as your current health is lower, your damage and at higher levels, your armor is increased. What the fuck was that? It felt like I got bit just then. Okay. But yeah. It should be nice and simple. Nice and easy, as they say. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, and that should be all of the stuff for this one. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, this is, again, just as a reminder, this shows how easy the items are to change over to this new system because of how much more simpler they are in concept typically. I say that, I immediately see Grandpa's deck and I'm like, fuck. This one needs more reworks done to it. More cleanup, more everything, and I fucking hate it. I really do. I really, really do. Yeah. I did nothing else to say. I hate it. I'm sure it's gonna be interesting. I mean, so Kimcho is part of one of the many I want to rework a lot of stuff around it items and slash weapons, because there's Iron Mike as well. That one of the biggest mistakes I feel like I've made is the excessive use of global variables. And one example of that is Iron Mike. Iron Mike has a global variable when you heal that it will pass the heal values into. And that means if you don't have Iron Mike, it's kind of just a dead thing. that exists. I need to fix that at some point, but I'm not 100% sure how I want to fix that. Because there's a few answers I have to how to accomplish that. But I'm not, yeah, again, I'm not 100% sure on how I want to. It is very difficult to decide. Got sidetracked into making an MMO. That sounds about right for most game programmers. How's the MMO going then? Please help, I'm in side questception. Oh no. That sounds actually horrific. Why are you working on an MMO now, Roger, though? Like, stop. MMOs are not worth it. They're monetarily one of the worst decisions you can fucking make. My life is a side quest that comes with side quest, yeah. Fair. I feel like that at the moment. I'm like doing fetch quests constantly so I can even continue the main story. Gotta get that 100% completion. Dude, I love that's the best part, right? Is that you've got like those 100% completionists, the achievement rate, all that sort of stuff. And then you get MMO players that are just like, nah. Nah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I have met very few completionist-y players in MMOs. And I think for very good fucking reason. I just kind of want to see that. Someone trying 100% complete Final Fantasy 14? 13? Whatever the MMO one was. I feel like that game is possible to 100%. Definitely not solo, right? Like, because you need other people for raids and achievements and shit. But I think it's possible. It'd take you years, but you know. If you're already dedicating time to an MMO, you've got free time, right? One generational account. Yeah. Actually not possible within a lifespan. You need to get more users completed in the 5th use. It's like my great grandfather gave me this account. I've been playing this game. It's been passed down amongst the generations. That made a DLC, yeah. I mean, that's the fun part of MMO live service games, right? Is they constantly make new content, so there's always something new to be 100% completionist about. New expansion, let's go. Wasn't there a new expansion that's like just come out, I think? For the Final Fantasy MMO? Dude, I still want to get back into that. Don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do it. Well, if you want help making an MMO, fucking hit me up. I'm down for a shit show. I really shouldn't be. I really shouldn't commit to that. It'd be funny, but no. Bad idea, Michael. It's a bad idea. Got too much else to do at the moment. Still need to finish this game. Like, for God's sakes. One day this game will be done. One sec, gotta show this in Discord. Oh god, what are you showing me? Dude, I forget how, like, simple items are in comparison. It's in. Oh god, what am I looking at? New side quest unlocked. Oh god, you have straight up actually got... yeah, nice. Got basic peer-to-peer. That's not bad. All communication is done via server. Well, I mean, I'd hope to fucking god it is. I mean, like, this is where I immediately ask, how do you know the way you're supposed to do interaction when you're handling server-based things? Because like, this is something that I found a lot of people don't understand very well, and it can lead to a lot of long-term problems. I do not blame people for not knowing it, but it's something that's like not very... Send a message of action. Yeah. Okay, thank God. So, fun fact to anyone that might not understand kind of what me and Roger just talked about, is if you have a chest, let's pull up paint to show this, eh? Because it's just easy to show via paint. Because it's kind of a flowcharty sort of thing, right? So if I am here as the player actor, and then I have a chest here, if I press E or interact on here, now what you'd think is like, oh, this does this to open this. It's like, no, 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 no. Press E, then has the server check, is it within this range? If it is, then run a thing from the server on this object. So it's all about this goes to this, and then it handles that. You do not want to handle stuff client side, because by doing this, it means that this shit wouldn't happen to anyone else. All player and other player, not you, same node, they just load a different controller for themselves. Yeah. So this is like the big thing, is it's technically this never actually happens. I'm not pressing E on the chest, I'm pressing E, and the server is checking if I'm actually doing this. Client stuff should only be visual. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, that's the bigger understanding with, like, what data should I actually pass from a player? So what should this player actually get out of the information of this player? The only things should probably be its location and its direction. And if it's like a PvP, then I guess it's you could make an argument of when this health changes, it gets pushed to the server. Only on change though. And then there's also a simple argument of death state. So if it's alive or dead. Position, rotation, current animation. You don't actually need to pass current animation. Really? You could, but that's arguably in that scope of like you could say that that's a bit much. That's why you'll often see in a lot of MMOs specifically, animation is a 16-bit number grabbed from a list of animations. Yeah, but it's also kind of unnecessary because why not just... You could have the client handling that fully. Because the client can just figure out that this person's in motion. And it will just be pulling from the animation graph. Animations are passed only if animation change. Okay, so that I agree with. That I'll agree with. That's the misunderstanding a lot of people have. I'm not passing death or HP all the time. You pass it on change. When this event changes, that's what you do it for. I could, but emote. Yeah, no, that's why I say, like, animation pass on so animation data passing on animation change would probably be the correct thing. Because that's why, so what I was going to say is like why you don't see idle animations as much in some MMOs. And if you do, it's not at the same time you saw it. It's a different timing. That's not because there's a desync or anything like that. It's often because your client is running that. Your client is gaining the information of what it needs to visually see, and then it will do all the rest. So animation is kind of on that category most of the time. It only updates every 16th of a second for me. Because I don't need to... Well, yeah, it's because that's the thing. So to explain to people what me and Roger are talking about, if I was sending my HP current every fucking frame... So that's like 30, 60, 120 messages. Do you have any idea how much load that is? When you take that into consideration and then you take everything else, that shit gets insane. So that's why wasted bandwidth and wasted processing. It's wasted on all ends, and it's wasted resources on the server. That's why we were saying like on top of things, so the direction and the location of the target, that stuff you probably send also only on change. It's like if you have it so you press WASD or anything like that, that's when it will go like, okay, location will be changing. Based on that, now I need to transmit this data on regulated intervals. And that's why you'll see like a character start here, then jump to this location, then jump to this location, then jump to this location on slightly sketchier moments with the server, is because this communication is spaced larger than it normally would be. Normally you do want to have it like kind of spaced, kind of okay, but it's okay to not. There's also what actually happens in a lot of higher end things is that they will have these longer spacings, right? So we'll say here to here, but it'll have the server predict what happened in this space here. This is where you get rollback netcode, as an example. Where in a fighting game, like it will do predictive based actions, and from there can it's like, it's a pseudo AI. It takes all of the data from this point here, sends it to the server does a bunch of interesting gobbledygook, which gives you all of this space here, and then this moment happens and it will compare these two, like this to this, and it will figure out what is different, what is weird, what has changed. Assume based on last X action, what is most common? Yeah, basically, is the main thing, right? Like, or can be assumed. So an example is if you're, again, in a fighting game, character jumps up with holding a directional thing, then it's going to predict all of the potential things it could do in this location here. Not in the location it is here, but it'll predict what it can do in this, like, space here. And if it clearly was getting, like, an attack input as well, getting spammed in, it will try and do the attack input. If nothing was happening, it'll just do this. But it will, again, we're talking, like, it's not grabbing one thing a second, right? It's grabbing multiple things a second. So this distance here is pretty, in a sense, human to expect. If it's going to do an attack in this space, it will still grab that information and be able to put that animation out at this point pretty effectively. Not 100% guaranteed, but pretty consistently. So it is a very interesting process, and I have done a good bit of research into it now. So yay me. Unexpected syntax error. I don't even know where. Oh, I know where. Let me guess, that's gonna fix it. Haha. Yeah, that's pretty much what it comes down to, right? So yeah, that's why those sorts of games are a lot more complex than people make them out to be. Multiplayers and everything. But I will state, because I know someone's going to ask this, because of the introduction of Unity, of Unreal, and a lot of stuff in those systems have become far more automated and far more easier to accomplish than they were in the past. And that's something I will stand by. I know someone might go like, oh no, they're super hard. It's like, well, they were hard. They were very, very hard. And now they're a lot easier. Not saying they're easy, but they're easier. And this is speaking from someone that absolutely hates, like, UE and can do it in UE. So, okay. So this is value, this would be 6, right? Because it's the other one's value 5. So oh, this is why I do the dummy. I can probably change this now. Yeah, I have a way to change this. We'll get to that in a sec then. Okay, so this is value 6, this is value, no, that's value 5, this is value 6. Let's get these things done first before we get too far along. Okay, so... Because I just make an object for now. I can probably handle this better as well. But I think we just leave it as an object for now. And then... So we're going to change this to being... So it'd be... Time source create with pause array push. I block the player from going with nav mesh. Okay. I'm trying to think. How did I do it? I think it was just collision mesh, which is really bad because that's a lot of resource. I mean, to be fair, I think that was stuff that was just loaded client side, typically. But doing it with a nav mesh, interesting. I mean, that would probably be good for doing the predictive server action, right? Because then you can utilize AI with the nav mesh to theorize the position points that they can move to. Serve as it too, because I also use it for NPC navigation. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that's... Because I'm trying to remember how I fucking handled that shit. Because I know I had the AI controller was host based, I believe. So, because that's the thing, is like I was doing host based server, not server and clients. Plus your terrain plugin lets you paint nav mesh and then bake it. Oh, that's really nice. Then I save the mesh as a file and only have to have that file loaded on the server. That makes a lot of sense, because that reduces load on the client. That does make the server a little bit more requiring in some context, though. The more like users you have, the more that's going to create a load on the server than you would normally have per player in a lot of cases. Client uses the nav mesh. I mean, yeah, the client would use the nav mesh, but it doesn't stop the fact that, like, the server uses for double checking. Oh, okay. No, that makes a bit more sense now. units is 0.9. And I think it's default to seconds. I don't think I need to add anything else. So this should work out fine. Also, to reduce my troubles, you can't jump. Yeah, well, I mean, like, that's a huge thing as well, yeah. A lot of people underestimate how much, okay, one thing I will say, it's not even jumping that's, like, hugely intensive. Do you have any idea how many people do not understand how, like, revolutionary it is, that games nowadays can, like, have climbing? Like wall latching, wall running, grappling hooks. Holy shit, grappling hooks. That shit's so fucking insane when you actually look at it in the back end. Holy fuck. In as little space as possible, sadly, and not often for this one. Yeah. It's just like, there's so much that goes into the movement stuff, though. Like, people underestimate. Oh, yeah, use your own control add-on for UI. Fair enough. But yeah, and I have fun the moment you start doing, like, attacks. Oh my god, that was an annoying fucking time. Getting attacks to work with ownership and shit. Took a while to get it cleanly working, so I could deal damage and respond with the damage correctly, and then have, like, some ragdoll as well. To be fair, ragdoll on enemies is just the easiest way to do that. Who said I was real-time combat? Yeah, I guess. But no, like, I found the easiest way for ragdoll with enemies is just to have that check if they're dead or alive. And it's like, oh, they're dead? Cool, ragdoll them, boy. Give them the old razzle-dazzle. Pulling an early 2000 style on this. Ooh. Early 2000 style. Wait, what do you mean by that? So I need to go get more drinks soon. We're going lowish poly and mechanics that will feel polished but dated. Oh god. I mean, just fucking, it's the Final Fantasy one is, right? Oh, blatant lack of voice acting? Oh, okay. No, you're going more like EverQuest then. Nah, voice acting's fun though. Just get people to like voice really stupid shit. Or what you can do as a safety net is you can just do like what Monster Hunter did and have fake language. Oh, that shit. And that one bug we make a feature. Yeah, that's about right. People underestimate. No, I do hate on people. They're just like, oh, it's not a bug, it's a feature joke thing. It's like, okay, I get where you're coming from, but also, do you understand what you're saying? Because you clearly don't. Like, I'll say this about most people. They do not understand what the fuck they're saying when they talk about that shit. It's not your bug, it's a feature. Grinds my gears, something fierce, when I see people being absolutely fucking moronic around that. Now, don't get me wrong, it happens. There is plenty of instances that I know of where a game just goes, you know what? Fuck. That's fine. I'm not going to say that it's wrong to do that in some cases, but yeah. Now I wanted to quickly, so characters, is it under here? No, where's the, is it under component? No. Where the fuck is the, is it under MISC? Yeah, there it is. Image, we want image speed equals 0. Exit. Image speed equals 1. There we go. Do you know what Pyro 101 is? I heard of it and I've seen ads for it. I've never played it. Nor done any digging into it. Let's have a look-see, shall we? Pirate 101. Online game. Oh god, this looks like a fucking 3D version of like a Venture Quest. That's probably a throwback to a few people. That kind of style, modern but dated. Okay. This is a fucking App Store game. Holy shit. Oh my god, what the fuck is this UI? Oh no. Oh, that's interesting choices. Did you say Adventure Quest? Yes, I did say Adventure Quest. I have a lifetime membership in it. Same. Dude, I played Adventure Quest and Adventure Quest 2 like a shitload. The original one? Ah, yeah. No, I played... There's 2 was the browser one, right? Something like that. I want to say it was Adventure Quest 2 was like a browser-based, like, multiplayer. Adventure Quest 3D is on Steam, apparently. Good games. Yeah, no, I loved the shit out of those when I was way back when. It was great when I was not allowed to play WoW anymore. Or well, I wasn't allowed to play WoW at the time. Is what I should say. Actually, I'm trying to remember. Did I start playing that when like? When did? Of Pandaria. When did that come out? 2012. Yeah, it's probably about when I actually was playing Adventure Quest 2. Still good game given its age. I know it was like fairly grindy and pretty simple. It was like a great game to kind of like have off to the side. 2002. Yeah, but I'm just remember when I played like Adventure Quest 2 specifically. Trying to remember, I think it was called 2. Wasn't it called 2? Or was it called Worlds in the end? Yeah, I think it's called Worlds. I swear it used to be called 2. That was 2008. Yeah, so it was probably like... I was probably like a year in was when I started playing it. I swear they used to be called Adventure Quest 2. Am I actually going insane? I kind of remember the story of that one too. It was really stupid. Actually having like a full-blown moment right now. Goddamn. Pretty sure AQ developed their own engine, probably. Like, I say this with the utmost respect to that game. That engine's probably something I could probably code in half a year easily on my own. To handle multiplayer and everything as well. Like, it's not a complex engine. It's probably an engine that was definitely... Mind you, I want to stress, back then it would have been a lot more difficult, but like it was probably an engine that was just worthwhile coding from the ground up on their end. We could probably make it, but they did make... Yeah. No, I'm sure it's probably an in-house engine. I mean, that's become the common nowadays anyway, right? Is to use in-house engines. Whenever possible, you make an in-house engine. Oh, never betray Godot. Yeah. Sure. Hey, I've said this before. And I'll say this again. I love Game Maker from the bottom of my heart. But if I am at the point where I'm actually like wanting to develop things a lot more intensely and work with that, and I have like a team, there's limitations Game Maker has at this stage that make that less optimal. I mean, I stand by, there is a game I would love to make one day in UE, but that's like at the point where I'm a game design director and I can pretty much give all of the stuff that would need to be done for it, can write the script up for the game and work on elements of it, but not have to develop like all of the stuff in it myself, because I can hate it. Godot's nice because you can, you can do a lot with Godot. Godot's great for its inherent malleability, and I think that's really, really awesome. Game Maker's slowly getting better at that, but I stress this to the end of Earth, and I can't say this for other platforms. I know it might be the case for Godot. I've been told it's the case, but I can't speak from personal experience on this. But with Game Maker, it is super, super good for like small to single development teams. Like if you're on your own or you've got like a group of 3 or 4 people that you want to work with on a project for a game, this is a great engine for that. Because it holds a lot of your hand through a lot of things, so it means you can do a lot of things pretty effectively and pretty well. There are concerns with that. And this is where, like, a lot of things do come up. But this is that argument I come back to of, like, if you've got that smaller team and you've got a very specific niche game that you want to do and Game Maker and Godot aren't working for you, just make your own engine at that point. It's probably better. Because you're probably, if you're making such a niche concept, it's either you really want to work on that one game, so having an engine for it is probably wise, because it means you can get everything out of it you exactly want. Or it means that you probably want to make more games like that in the future, and having an engine then that basically does a lot of that stuff for you is good. But you should not start off with your own engine. Do that later. I hate that the concept of, I've heard this a few times, it's like, oh, you're not a real developer until you've made your own engine. It's like, no. Fuck off. You're a real developer the moment you start trying to do developing. You don't have to release something. You don't have to make something and have it done. I'm a game... I consider myself a game dev. This is not... I've not released any official game ever. But I still consider myself one. And that's because I have a passion for this, and I want to use that as an example that others... Yeah, if you've got a passion for making games, even if you're not released one, if you... The moment you say, I'm a prospect game developer, it's like, no, you're a game developer. Have you thought about doing things? Have you written stuff down? Have you played around with code? You're a game developer. Don't belittle yourself. It's not fair on you, and it's not fair on anyone else that believes in you. Believe it. Sorry. Hate myself for that one. Going through the asset store to pick up groceries. Yeah, it's about right. Dude, I can't wait to make a game where I don't have to make the fucking assets. I cannot stress enough how much this next game I want to work on. I really want to work on it purely because it means I can just not work on assets. I don't want to work on assets anymore. I hate it. Can I get monetized on YouTube just so I can hire people to not do assets? At least you aren't me, I need 3D models. True, true. That is at least a good side to me at this point. I've had to make 3D models before though. I don't want to do that shit again. I don't want to. don't want to do assets. It's not my area. A specific limitation. Well, dare I ask what that limitation is? Is it like file type? Can it not be like an OBJ or some shit? Or it has to be an OBJ? Polygons. Oh, true. Yeah, the stylistic. No, I'd consider that a stylistic limitation. No, you know what you need to do, Roger? You need to have one model that is super high polygon count, but you actively lower its polygons. You use the multiple polygons to turn into the larger polygon. To really fuck with people. So now this model's like super high quality, but it's just really shit looking. I do that, yes. It's actual fucking so bad. Managed to do 5 items. That's pretty good. Five items in the space of an hour. Again, kind of, I guess, shows how simplistic this is. Subdivision, surface, basic. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. God damn. All right. I need to look at the new TFT set stuff at some point. Cause like it's had its drip marketing stuff come out, right? Yeah, I need to look at that stuff later. I need to stop. What the fuck? Alright. I love how being an online game negates so many things that other people make. Yeah. There is definitely a few things that come involved with that. I mean, speaking of weird games that had like that sort of shit, did you know Neopets is having its like anniversary soon? Dude, I doubt I can even get my old account back at this point. I'm pretty sure they did like a big purge of really outdated accounts. I had one account that I spent a very, 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 very long amount of time on. I miss Neopets. That was a fun game. Actually, that's a good question. Would you consider Neopets a game, or would you consider it a platform? Webkins, goddamn. I'd consider Neopets more of a platform, right? I mean, if you want a real blast from the past, I still remember playing fucking Magic School Bus disc games. Where you actually had multiple discs. Pretty sure I had like a few games on the floppy as well. Somewhere. They made a second one? Oh god. But yeah, no, I remember some of that old shit. To be fair, we got screwed in my primary school because we mainly had... What was it? Mainly had like those shitty old Apple computers, like early on to work with. It was only in like, I think it was only in high school I actually got to work with Windows at school. I got used to Mac at school at that point. Mostly. No. I think my intermediate did have Windows. Yeah, no. I'm pretty sure they had... Fuck, now I'm having to think this shit through. But yeah, no, that's why, like, I got screwed up real badly, like, a couple years back when there was a meme posted where it's, like, the old... again, what I learned, stuff on the old, like, Apple bulbous, like, all-in-one computer to monitor thing is in the museums now, and I'm like, how fucking dare you? You can't do that to me. You can't. But yeah, like at home, I grew up on DOS. I remember playing like Thomas the Tank Engine pinball on the DOS computer. That was great. The good shit. Actually, I saw a meme the other day with a Thomas the Tank Engine thing in it, and I fucking was just like, ayo. Shout out to my homie. Pretty sure the pencil case wasn't Thomas, but James, and the fact that I can say that should tell you guys how much I actually do remember of that shit. Do not underestimate the weird knowledge in my fucking brain. Gonna disappear, gonna get this... Have fun making an MMO, I guess. Don't know if I, again, recommend it, but, you know, to each their own. I'm just not gonna bother working on the grandpa deck for now, because fuck that shit. Who said I'd be having fun? Oh, I mean, that's kind of the point, right? Like, I stand by it. There's no way you can have fun while making an MMO. MMOs are actually just foul. In every regard. But yeah, not envious of making any. I remember when I was younger and I wanted to make one. Because I have this, like... So I have a thing in my head that I've always dealt with, and this is actually kind of why I wanted to be a teacher. And I know this is going to sound fucked up the moment I said that as well. So I always grew up with this kind of complex that if I saw something and I could see that I could figure out a way of doing it better, I wanted to do it. So I'm looking at like MMOs and I'm like, man, they could do this, this, and this and improve it. Maybe I should just make one. Needless to say, there's a reason why I didn't do that. But like, god damn it, yeah. That was something I used to do quite a bit. Let's see. Is this correct? Yes. That'll be all correct. And then delete this. So I wonder what would happen if I tried to make like certain games that I see and I'm just like, I know I could make this better. That's why I kind of like have the query of what would happen if I made a horror game. Because I absolutely despise horror games typically. And I very rarely see them done in a way that I think is good. And I just wonder what would happen if I did. Would I produce a really good horror game or a really bad horror game? I don't know. It's hard to pin down. Because I'm not so arrogant to say that, oh no, I'll definitely make the best horror game there ever was. No. But it would be interesting to see what would happen, no? Okay. I don't think controller needs any changes. I think it's pretty much the weapon works exactly how I want it to. So this would be item 6. Again, I'm just gonna skip over Grandpa's deck because the effort to do what would need to be done to that is something I'm not willing to do right now. I mean this with the most love in the world. I swear to God, this is just, it's a nightmare. Because it needs a lot of cleanup, and I feel really bad for Mary in this, because like this game is just the definition of I did a lot of cool ideas with Mary, none of them really landed perfectly, and because of that I have had to spend so much excessive time fixing it, cleaning it up, and getting answer going. Just makes it kind of hard, huh? Oh, that's actually a good idea. Interesting. I might try that out later. I'll write a note for that. I was just thinking, so going back to the Mary thing, one of the issues we have in the game at the moment is if you try and EX without his thing leveled, then it will cause issues. I was just wondering, what if I make a system that actually has like, oh, you can't use your EX? Because if we do that, then I can also potentially make like a modifier that does that. And it would be a good system that way. Should be cool. God, I trimmed yesterday and it already feels scruffy. How bad is it? Let's see. Yeah, I probably need to do a better job of trimming it this soon. Tis a little fucked up. Ugh. Goddamn. Alright, yep, alright, why not? I don't care about that. Love how I look over at emails and it's just, these games are on sale. It's like, didn't you guys have Steam sale last, like, week? Gotta love games that are like permanently on sale. It's actually kind of a somewhat smart tactic, but also a little scummy, because then you price according to that. Oops, sorry, cat. I'm just stretching my legs. Didn't mean to hurt you a little bit. Sorry, you got caught under my... I was stretching my legs forward, so I pushed upwards, and he got, like, caught slightly under the armrest. So he just looks up at me, very disappointed. I'm sorry. I'll give you pats. Be happy again. There you go. Yeah. Ah, you're fine. You're fine. Alright. So that just leaves really 3 of these to get done, probably, for now. I need to come back and nail that at some point, though. Like, it's just such a big thing to get fixed. Like, it's gonna be a whole ordeal. And it's not probably gonna take as long as I'm making it out to be. But it's gonna take long enough to be frustrating to work on. I just don't want to do that right now. Like, again, I've said this many a times at this point, but this rework stuff already takes a lot of wind out of my sails. So, but it is what it is. The game is going to look a lot nicer for having all this done, because it means that I can work on things easier. And if I work on things easier, then I think blah blah blah. Alright. We need trigger is after description. Cool. There. So the decrease, how much is the decrease? 0.1. So this just doesn't change. This is just value 5. Cool, well done. Pretty much nice and easy with that one. And we'll just change that to not have a value. Oh. It's interesting, right? So I was thinking about this the other day because of some stuff going on at the moment. I wonder what I actually want out of this game. Like, what is the long-term results I want to see? Because there's a sense of, like, this is a me improving myself, experimenting with a game concept that I can learn quite a lot from, stuff like that. But it also begs, like, a question of, because I can't make money off of this. Do I just want attention? I mean, who doesn't, to an extent? It's interesting. I'm meaning this fully respectfully, right? Like, I'm not just using VTubers to get attention. Because it's something that I did get asked about one time, was it's just like, are you just doing this because these are popular VTubers? It's like, well, no, it's because I like all of these VTubers. So all of the people on my list to do are VTubers I've watched content from. Like, at some point in time, I have been a fan of these VTubers, so what's so wrong with me wanting to add them all together? That's why the list just is ever increasing and massively long, and technically I'll never actually complete the list. Because there'll be new VTubers that turn up, there'll be old VTubers that I watch old videos of. There's a bunch of VTubers I've also just said I won't do because they've either, like, reincarnated or something such. That's why I'm still sad, because we had a model done for one character and then they reincarnated and now I have to make the new one. Like, God damn it, people. Make it easier on me. That's why skins are going to be a nightmare. Thanks, Iron Mouse. I love you super dearly. But could you stop changing your fucking look like every couple of months? You make me feel worse every time that I've not worked on the fucking thing yet. It's pain. Pain. Bull check. I need to figure out why that's there. We will see shortly. Transfer all the key data over. All right. I see. This is horrendous. Okay. I can probably do this a bit better. Because, like, surely I can just remove this. And then we have... value 4 is cooldowns typically, and then we change this to cooldown. I don't know why I didn't do that before. I think I did and something was wrong. Should be easy enough to do this though. Because then cooldown can be 30. Duration can be 7. So this is value 5. And then, so percentage value, buff duration, cooldown, bull check. So we just need the percent value as the final one. So and that's 0.2, I think it was. Yes. And that's also the value that gets changed. So, yikes. All right. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then levels are just more 0.2. Yeah. There we go. Nice and easy. So now we change this to value 6. And we remove this. Now I'm actually going to change this pass through to be effect. because this should correctly decrease everything. So let's kind of, this doesn't need level up, this is a none. Let's review over this. Function triggers. Ignore that. Cooldown is set to this. If the condition is met for when it would trigger, effect here, you heal, you gain a damage buff. Then our buff script goes for the duration. And it minuses the effect afterwards. The value that we've passed through here. Then we change the cooldown here, because it is triggered, to the longer cooldown. I think that's correct. This also doesn't have item haste. Again, this is one of those ones where this should probably not have haste, or the cooldown reduction put to it. Because think about how dangerous it would be to have something that late game would be a 60% damage buff and 60% heal when you go below 40% of your health. Right, that should be what that value is. Now I'm actually questioning it. Wait, seriously, did you Google calculator, not pull up the fucking... Give me my fucking app, not the goddamn Googling of it. Jeez. Right. 100 times 0.4 equals 40. Yeah, that is 40%. So yeah, the moment you hit below 40%, because if you just got enough cooldown reduction, this is permanent. And you just don't die. And that's really dangerous. We could... I will say this, we could make this affected by cooldown reduction, but give it a hard cap, because we do have a system for that. With the upcoming cooldown reduction change that I'm going to implement at some point, at some point, that will be the change that will come in. That I think is an accurate one to influence with, right? But this should be a lot more simpler and less clunky feeling, which is a big win in my book. This will be item 8. By the way, again, I'm numbering these so it's just easy reference point for if I need to do testing. Speaking of, I actually need to fix Iron Mouse because she still has the yarn ball as her weapon. Oh, and that just leaves Gura's item and Mary's. But again, Mary's is a long term, we'll eventually fix it. Just a second, give me a moment. Sorry, don't know what I know. It is my chair, cat. Say hello to the camera. Not interested? Okay. You just want to be curled up. These cats are definitely getting old and slow, and with the weather being cold, it's very, very prevalent. Oh, yeah, yeah. I want to check something real quick while I think on it. That app. It's this way around. Yeah, I don't have enough. Okay. Just thought I'd double check if I had enough money to go into town and sort something today. And I do not. I'm sure I could sort something out if I really must, though. Doesn't help that, like, bus costs and train costs went up recently. It's always sad to see those sorts of costs increase. It's just like, damn. It just sucks. I know why, and that's why I'm not going to complain. I'm just sad. I don't want money to get more. I don't want to have to spend more money. I want to spend less. I guess we're lucky that items are less complex than weapons by a long shot, which allows this to be much faster of a process. All the old legacy code in there as well. Alright. Let's change up these values. Kill amount. Reduction. Speed buff. Whoops. Old value 0 and current trigger is 0. And then level ups will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5. So yes, that's correct. We just decrease those to 1. Okay, that's all the core information transferred over, so now we just need to go through and change it all to the new way. So value 3 is hold kills. So again, we're starting, this is 5, 6, 7, 8. So everything is increased by 5. Oh, I do hold sprites. Okay, that should be all functional. Item 9. So we've done 9 items in total out of the 10. It's not too bad. Things are looking up for us. So yeah, we'll do Grandfather's deck at some point. So we can get that done, and then once we've done that, it is just fixing the characters. That's awesome. The characters, so probably how we're going to handle that is we're going to probably hit abilities first. We'll go through, do all of the ability functionality stuff, get that done, and then we'll do the characters from there. I think is probably the correct way of doing it. It's what all I can think of for it. Oh, that makes me happy. It makes me very, very happy. Oh, it's July, right? Yeah. Good lord. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if there's anything else I want to work on right at this moment. Because again, it's just these reworks, and like, I think we've made some very decent progress today. I'm happy with that. No, genuinely, like, this is awesome. I should probably get rid of that legacy code. I don't think any of it's necessary because it's all like really old and shitty. And I don't believe it holds any purpose whatsoever anymore, other than being like a reference point. That's what the current trigger value is. I get it now. Oh, right. So yeah, with that all being the case, I think it's probably coming up to a good point to wrap up on. And then there's anything else I can think of that immediately comes to mind that I'm like, yes, we should work on this. I mean, I need to keep working on the stream stuff as well. I'm still very, very upsetty spaghetti about that. It's kind of hard not to be, right? But yeah, no, I'm happy with the progress made today. Having all but one of the items done, the only one needing to be done is one that's just going to be a nightmare. It's going to take a long, long time to work on it. So with that being the case, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. You're awesome, stay awesome, and I hope to see you again next time. Till then, bye-bye.